It is spring and it's so sunny and I'm so happy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video because as I'm filming this, it's actually the first day of spring. And in today's video, we are starting my spring home refresh, and I'm starting with this room right here, which is our living and dining room. With the new season, I feel like we need to bring new energy and new creativity into our space. And looking around right now, it honestly is kind of boring. Whenever I'm in a new space and I make it over, it feels complete in the moment. And then a couple months later, I'll look at it and think, I didn't do enough. I need to add more of myself and my personality in here. And I think that definitely comes with time. So now that we've been here for over 6 months, I feel like it is totally time to refresh everything. We're gonna get really creative today and make some DIYs. And I also need your help because we are actually going to be removing this wallpaper behind me. If you watched me make this over, then you would have seen that I did a renter-friendly wallpaper hack where I basically put painter's tape on the back and then use double-sided tape to hold up the wallpaper. I'm pretty sure you can even tell on camera right now, there is this huge shadow from the double-sided tape that you could definitely see when the lights are off like this. It just doesn't look as good as I want it to, and I'm ready to get rid of it and start over and give this a completely different look. So I'm excited to swatch some colors for this wall and also try out the DIYs today because they're things that I haven't done before. These are DIYs that anyone can do, and I think you guys are really gonna like them. I also have to thank Nutrafol for sponsoring today's video, but I will talk a little bit more about them later on. We have so much to do, so let's jump right into the video. Okay, paint swatches are secured. These kind of look the same from the little swatch on top here, but I swear they have different undertones. So these are our options, and it's really tricky with our apartment because we actually don't get any direct light at all. So it's either very cool tone from the lighting outside, or it's very warm tone because of our overhead lighting with the light bulbs. And usually we do have our lights on in here, so I think I'm gonna swatch them with the light on, just so I can see the true color. So in order to swatch this, I think I'm gonna have to take down some of this wallpaper. I'll just do this little patch right here. Start from the bottom. I really wanna try to save this wallpaper once we do the other ones, but for this one, it was kind of impossible because it already has a cutout. Okay, I'm already liking this color. I need you guys to keep in mind that this is actually going to be a little bit lighter because I want to try a faux lime wash technique. So here is a photo of my inspo. So this dark color is actually going to be a little bit lighter, but I want to make sure that I nail the tone of the green because I feel like it could give off a very different vibe if I don't choose the right one. I can't believe I paid like $6 to use like a penny worth of paint. Ooh, this one's more like a gray tone. This almost reminds me of the color that we did in our old bedroom called Gladiator Gray. It was like the perfect gray green color and it looked really nice. So this is definitely reminding me of that. Although in here it's looking super gray. What do you think, honey?
Oh my God, you're strong. I think this looks really good. This would be very different for us though.
Yeah. I was saying how this reminds me of our old bedroom color.
Are you trying to symbolize the color you're picking right now?
I didn't even realize I was wearing green, but yes. Green is serene. This last color has more of a blue undertone, so we'll see how that looks on the wall.
I think I like this little lamp.
I think I like this little life. Is this what I want? I need help. Here are the options, you guys. We have 1, 2, and 3, and you guys can let me know which one you like best. I really thought that the middle one was going to be the winner, but now that I see it in my space, I feel like it might be a little bit too dark. But if you look at the actual color, I would be getting this color to kind of make that lime wash effect, so maybe it would be fine. I'm gonna sit with this just for a little bit longer because actually the longer that I look at this, the more I'm liking either 1 or 2. But now I think also 3 could work, so let me know in the comments what you guys think because I honestly can't choose. I feel like whenever you're doing a refresh or a makeover, you want to just like replace everything, but obviously that is not very cost effective. I think at most you should only replace like 1 or 2 bigger items, but you can always add some smaller items. So think end tables, lighting, art, or even little Ottoman poofs. These poofs have been showing up all over my Pinterest board and I just think they're so cute, especially since you can get them in so many different colors. And these ones with fringe on them really caught my eye, and I knew that it would be something that I could definitely DIY. So of course we are gonna make our own version, and I think a great place to start is to find one that is secondhand, or maybe you already have a poof at home that you just don't love anymore. There are definitely ways that you could DIY it to give it a whole new look. So I actually went onto Facebook Marketplace already and found one that was only 15 bucks, and it's actually a really good size and basically looks brand new. Here she is. Since this was only listed for $15, I thought it was gonna be a lot smaller, but this is such a good size. And the best part is the top actually comes off, so there is storage inside, which I really appreciate because I definitely need all the storage I can get. I don't mind this color, but it's not really what I'm going for. I want something a little bit more bold and colorful, so we are gonna change that up. Okay, we are going to dye this. I've only ever dyed like a couple of things in my life, and I've never done a piece like this where it's upholstered and you can't put it in the wash really after this, but I've watched a couple of tutorials of people dyeing furniture, so I want to give it a try, and we are just using regular old RIT dye. I'm using the synthetic one since I'm not exactly sure what the material is on this. I tried to look at the bottom here, but it's giving me nothing, so I'm just going to use the synthetic one and hope for the best. I went for the color Peacock Green. I have some boiling hot water right here, and I'm just gonna follow the directions on the bottle to get the perfect consistency. Or at least I hope it's the perfect consistency. So I'm gonna use a sponge to do this. I feel like it'll give us the most even application, so let's put it on and test it out. Does that look green? Oh my goodness, it's so dark. Good morning, you guys. It is another day of DIY, and I usually like to take my mornings pretty slow, as you guys saw. This kind of helps me get into the right mindset before we get into the chaos of DIYs and all the projects. I like to do a little bit of me time by planning and doing my hair and taking my vitamins, and usually my morning tea in the mornings. And you guys have been really hyping me up over my hair in the comments recently, which I really appreciate because I've been working really hard to get it to a healthy state. I actually have been taking Nutrafol, who is kindly sponsoring today's today's video. With spring upon us, it is a new season of growth, and I feel like now is the perfect time to start a hair well-being journey. Over the last couple of years, my hair really was not in a good state. I have a lot of hair, but it's also very dry and textured and also sheds a lot. And I don't think it helped that I only got a haircut like once a year, but recently over the past couple of months, I've been really trying to focus on my hair growth. I really wanted to look and feel its best, and I feel like my hair has never looked better in my life. Before, I would just go with whatever products to try and remedy my hair issues, but what I've come to realize is that it really does start from the inside out. I've heard so many good things about Nutrafol, so I wanted to try it out. And what's great is Nutrafol is made with 100% drug-free ingredients like ashwagandha and marine collagen peptides. These really help target the root causes of thinning. Hair supplements are definitely not a one-size-fits-all, so they have different formulas based on what stage you are in life. The one I'm taking is for women 18 to 44. They also have postpartum and women who are 45 and up. And they also make vegan ones, so there's something for everyone. It only takes a couple seconds out of my day, and it seriously has made such a difference. I just feel so much more confident in my hair. I've been having more fun with it, and it honestly looks so shiny, and I don't even have any products in it. If you want to try Nutrafol, you can click on my link to get $50 off of your first 3 months or $106 off of your first 6 months. And there's no code needed, so you just click on the link. All right, let's get back into the products. You guys, we did it. This color actually looks really good. This bottom part is completely dry, so I'm gonna get started on it. I have a bunch of fringe options here. I got it in different colors, so I got a green, a white, and then a golden color. I got the white as kind of the base layer. I only wish that it was a little bit longer, but I'm just gonna have to double up and basically wrap it around the whole entire thing. Also, the top is still drying right now. It's a little bit wet, so I'm gonna let it dry down, but we won't be touching this part at all. We're just gonna work on the actual body of the Ottoman, so we're gonna leave this part alone. It already looks really good with just one little layer of fringe on the bottom. Okay, so I know the right way to do this would be to sew it on, but we are going with the easy route and using hot glue at a low setting. I definitely trust myself more with a hot glue gun than a needle and have yet to master sewing, but honestly, this ended up looking pretty seamless. Doing a project like this brought me back to my early days of DIY, where 2021 Tina was in my little apartment, just having fun, experimenting, and just doing whatever sparked my creativity that week. So I really enjoyed this project, but you will see that as I went along, I just was not feeling the green and the yellow fringe with the color of the Ottoman. It just wasn't giving what I wanted it to give, so I pivoted my original plan and I kept it simple. I think this actually made it look more high-end, and I will figure out a way to use that golden color somewhere else in the room. I can't believe that a little dye and some fringe made this $15 Ottoman look this good. It already goes so well with my existing decor, and I can't wait to style it when we're done with the refresh. Okay, I just made it to the thrift store. This is my first time going since moving, and it looks pretty busy even though it's like a random Tuesday. I feel like no matter where we go, it's always busy in California, so I'm hoping that we find some really good pieces. I'm really on the hunt for some vintage books and also some decor pieces like vases and stuff like that. I like to go in with a general idea, but I don't like to get my hopes up too high because you really never know what you'll find at a thrift store, so hopefully there are some good things inside today. Okay, let's go. What? I'm buying this. Oh yeah, that one's nice. This is small, yeah. This is too big. Yeah. But this is too big. Yeah. This one's from Target. Yeah. I can't believe I only spent exactly $24 for all of this stuff because I rounded up for charity, so it's $24 even. So the biggest items I got were these lanterns, which I think are from Target. Actually, these might not be from Target, but there was a lot of stuff at that store that was brand new from Target, and I found that they get shipments randomly from Target, so I'm definitely gonna be back. They even have a little spot for you to put your candle as well, so I'm really excited to decorate outside very soon. I spotted this frame for only $2. I love the shape of it. It has such a unique texture that is totally trendy right now. I don't mind the green, but I don't know if I will keep it this color or I might just paint over it. Just depends on where I end up using it. This also looks brand new, so for $2, this was such a good find. And lastly, what I came in there for was a book because I want to create a fun DIY project with this. This is an actual novel. It didn't have a jacket over it, but that is totally fine because I'm actually going to be painting this, and I like that it's already a neutral base, which means it's going to be a little bit easier to work with. I'm actually going to look up this book on Goodreads to see what the ratings are, but this is called Apples Never Fall. I will be destroying this though, so hopefully no one gets mad. If you've been on TikTok or Instagram, you might have seen how popular these book vases are, which are usually acrylic, but I thought it'd be cool to make an actual book vase, so this is the perfect vase for that. Okay, so first things first, I have to figure out where exactly I'm going to cut all the pages so that we could put our flowers in it. I'm just gonna mark it right here. And now we cut. I ended up clamping the book together just so I could get all the pages to line up. This way it won't sit at an angle, and this helped out so much to get everything aligned. You also want to use a new blade for clean cuts. Just make sure to be super careful and protect your precious DIY hands at all times. I thought this was gonna take me forever, but realistically, it took me under 15 minutes, which honestly is not bad at all. The whole time I felt like I was making one of those books with secret compartments, which you could totally take this idea and create a box with it. One of my biggest dreams one day is to have a library in my home and fill it with shelves and books and having some secret compartment books and also book vases. So this will be perfect for that, but until then, I'm excited just to have this beautiful book vase that we're gonna make and a new piece of decor for our living room. I'm so excited. This is my first time trying this. My book is now blank and ready to go, and this is actually something I've always wanted to do, which is trying decoupage with napkins. So I found these at TJ Maxx and I thought that they'd be perfect for a project in the future. I just didn't know for what, but I feel like this would be so perfect because it's flat. It's pretty beginner friendly because you can use these for literally any surface. All you need are the napkins in whatever design you want and then some Mod Podge. So I'm going to try this out. This pattern is so beautiful. I thought it was perfect for spring because it has florals on it, also some butterflies, and it's very vintage looking. The background cover is just like a really light cream, and I feel like on the book, it would look so good. So first we're gonna have to unfold the napkin and then remove the layers from each other. We just want the top layer with the design on it. Then you wanna place it on your book and just figure out the best placement for the design. Since this is a repeat pattern, I just wanna make sure that I get the prettiest parts of the design front and center. And I saw somewhere you can even wet the napkin or you could steam it, which honestly, I think I'm gonna try to do so I can get rid of some of these wrinkles. Adding on the new title in vinyl was such a fun personal touch, and I think this would actually make such a great gift. To finish it up, you can pop in your favorite flowers, and this book vase is a one-of-a-kind piece and makes the perfect addition to our home to bring in spring blooms. It feels so empty and sad in here now. This always happens to me that after the holidays, my house just feels so naked and like boring. And now is just the perfect opportunity to take your new empty slate and reimagine it into something new. This setup in our dining room has been working fine, but honestly, I'm getting a little bit bored of it. So I want to zhuzh it up a little bit. And we're doing it with a bunch of flowers. I know, flowers for spring. Groundbreaking. All of these colors just make me so happy, and I feel like every year I usually default to doing like a wreath outside, but this year I want to do something a little bit different, and I actually want to make a flower installation right around this mirror. I would have loved to do real flowers for this, but that honestly costs a lot, and these faux flowers were all 60% off at Michael's right now. So if you're looking for faux florals right now, definitely head to Michael's. They had such a big variety of them. So here are my inspo photos that I am drawing from. I want it to be colorful and whimsical, and I know it's just gonna put a smile on my face every time I look at it. I absolutely love working with flowers. I feel like there's no right or wrong way to do it. I've done bouquets and arrangements. I even did at my sister's baby shower last month, and for our wedding we actually DIY'd a lot of the flowers, but I've actually have never done an installation like this before. But I think this is a project that anyone could do even as a beginner. I've always wanted to use chicken wire for a floral arrangement. Look, it has a little chicken on here. For this project. Oh no, it's unraveling. Huh? Do I just cut this off? So we actually don't need a ton. I'm just going to cut it with my wire cutters. Ta-da! We have a base for our flowers now. I'm debating whether or not I want to like tape it down, but for now we're going to leave it like this just so that I can work with it. The general rule that I usually like to stick to is to start with my greenery first. So I have a garland here, and I also have some of these like faux eucalyptus branches. So I'm going to start with that. And then you want to build on it with some accent flowers. So whatever smaller flowers that you have, you want to put on top of that. And from there, I'll put in my focal flowers, which are my bigger flowers, and basically build on top of that. Let's start with these guys. I love the color of it, and the shape of the leaves is so nice, and I love that it's like really small and dainty. Remember when I said that you have to trust the process with this project? Well, it took quite a while for me to get this to a point to where it didn't look like just a blob of a bush, but you just gotta keep building on it and adjusting and zhuzhing it up as you go along. I did have trouble with keeping it upright as we added more and more weight to it, so I attached a piece of wire to the mirror, and this worked out great because you can't see it once everything is filled out. Wow, you guys, this looks so magical. Like, you could totally just leave it like this and it would give Secret Garden fairy vibes. I'm honestly surprised by how good this already looks, and now I'm gonna fill it in with some flowers. The hardest part is actually choosing which flowers to put in, because I feel like once you put it into the wire, it's gonna be hard to take out, so I wanna make sure that I use flowers that I really like. I definitely want to use these guys over here, touches of yellow and pink and white, and then maybe some of these blue ones to add a little pop of color. I really love floral projects because there's something about it that just helps you de-stress. You don't have to overthink it, you can just relax and let go and just enjoy the process of creating something beautiful. And after doing this project, it just makes me want to add more and more flowers into my house. So I think I'm going to start buying flower bouquets every week as it gets warmer and warmer out. Okay, I think this is going down as one of my favorite floral projects I've ever done before. It's brought so much life into this room. It makes me so happy to look at. And for my first time trying this out, I feel like I did pretty well. This is definitely a project that I could just switch out the florals and add in new ones for each season. Let me know in the comments which project was your favorite from today's video. I personally can't choose one because each one of them is so special. I tried out a lot of things for the first time, so let me know your thoughts on them. Next week, we're gonna refresh the whole living room, so let me know your vote on the paint swatches. I will put a picture of them again over here. It's been a couple of days since I put them up, and I still don't know what I want to do yet, so I would love your help. If you don't want to miss out on future DIYs and makeovers, make sure to subscribe down below and give this video a big thumbs up. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!